Okay, so we have a little Yogalates, but it's going to be easy stuff that you already well, I'm not going to say it's easy. The core stuff can be a challenge, but the rest of it, gentle, easy yoga. So, and then we have some meditation time at the end, actually at the beginning and the end. So I would like to have you set yourself up in a way that will allow for opening through the front body. So we're going to call this gentle Yogalates with meditation. So set yourself up and then lay back when you are ready. And once you lay back, find the best position for your legs, really tune in. Find the best position for your arms, maybe palms up to open up through the shoulders. Connect with your breath. And pay particular attention to the pauses, the natural pauses in your breath. So inhaling, a gentle pause. Exhaling, a gentle pause. So again, just let that be natural, but notice. Notice the pauses. We will stay here a few more rounds of breath. For your next couple of breaths, let's actually practice a Pilates breath. So yoga is in and out. We breathe in and out through the nose. And Pilates, we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And so it can be very gentle here, but try and practice just a couple of rounds of a Pilates breath. And then bring some easy movement back to your body. So we are going to slowly move from the bolster, remove it, anything on your mat, move it to the side, and then lay back onto your back. Have your ball close to you. And actually have a block close to you as well. All right. Bring your arms, when you are ready, bring your arms alongside you and let your legs come up into the air so that the knees stack up over the hips. You have this tabletop legs. And then just do a slight imprint of the lower back to the mat. So notice how your legs come a little closer to you as you do that. Release the lower back off the mat, adding a little more space under the lower part of the back. So we're doing a little bit of a cat and cow pose on our back. So again, imprint the lower back to the mat. Release the lower back from the mat. Take a deep breath in, exhaling to let that imprint happen. And you can start here with your Pilates breath if you'd like, inhaling through the nose as you let the legs drift out, exhaling as you let the imprint happen through the mouth. Again, inhaling, exhaling through the mouth, letting that imprint happen. All right, do that one more time. And then the next time that lower back is imprinted on your mat, stay there and let the right toes travel to the mat and bring them up. Let the left toes travel and up. Try to keep the 90-degree shape with the legs. Every time you drop those toes to the mat, think of either exhaling or inhaling. I'd like you to find a breath that supports your movement. So maybe you exhale as the toes drop down. Maybe that's an inhale instead, but find your breath. And then if you'd like to add a little bit more to this, you could drop both feet to the mat at the same time and bring the legs back up. If you decide to do that, notice if that lower back is coming up off the mat at all. With Pilates, it is quality of movement over quantity of repetition. So we'd like to keep that imprint of the lower back to the mat, the shoulders, the neck relaxed. Do a couple more at your pace. And once you have wrapped up those two, let the knees gently come to the chest and hug them in. All right, we'll set the soles of the feet to the mat. Grab your block and place the block between the thighs. Arms alongside you, we are going to articulate up into a bridge. So we imprint the lower back to the mat, then begin to peel one vertebra up off the mat, bridging up to the shoulders. Once you bridge up, bridge right back down. So this is a slow articulation of the spine. You're bridging up, you're bridging down at your pace, but really try to be thoughtful, mindful of each vertebra, either connecting with your mat on the way down or lifting off the mat on your way up. We will meet up in a bridge. So the next time you're there, stay. And then we'll squeeze onto that block a little bit extra and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. We do 4 more. Here's 3, 2, hold on, squeeze onto the block and press the hips up just a teeny bit higher. It does not need to be much. And then let the hips travel down just a teeny bit. So up and down, lift and lower. Keep squeezing onto that block, lift and lower. We just have 4 more. 3, 2, lift and hold, squeeze onto that block, hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, gently articulate through the spine, coming down from your bridge, releasing your block. Let your knees travel about mat width apart. Let your arms go wide, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. All right, we're going to ramp it up a little bit, doing 1 more exercise each for the front body and for the back body, and then we'll move to our yoga stuff. Bring your legs back up into that tabletop position and lift your upper body up off the mat, bringing your arms alongside you. We're going to do just a little prep here. We're not doing hundreds today, but as you lift up, feel that imprint of the lower back. Keep the chin away from the chest, the neck is long, and then we lower back down. So we're going to do 2 more just like that. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and lift. Good. We have 1 more like that. Inhale to come back. Exhale to lift. Good. Now we lower down, and we're going to take just a few seconds here to Emily talk a little bit about what's happening now. So we're going to actually lift the upper body up and grab to the right leg. You can grab in any way that feels right here, but your left leg, I want you to really extend it out. If at any time you want to put your head and shoulders back to the mat, absolutely fine. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Now it's actually inhaling and exhaling to switch. You have a little sip of breath in between. If you'd like to do just a little bit more here, it's actually a double pull in of the legs. So we have just 8 more. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Take a break, hug knees in. We'll do one last thing for the front body, and that is a twist. So think of bicycle. Bring your upper body up again, your knees stacked up over the hips, hands behind your head, so fingertips behind the head. We'll twist to the right, left elbow toward right knee, and then you'll switch. So inhaling, a sip of breath in between, you switch on your exhale. Good. Keep going here, you got it. You can always drop the foot to the floor instead. We have just 4 more. 3, 2, make sure you even it out. So if I didn't get that even side, make sure you get it evened out, relax down. And actually this time, let's do a long stretch. Fingertips and toes reaching in opposite directions. All right, we'll wrap up our Pilates part with another bridge. Again, we're ramping it up just a little bit here. So arms are alongside you, palms facing down. We'll hip hinge up into a bridge. So come right up into your bridge pose. Bring all of your weight to your left foot and send your right leg up. Maybe it's straight up, maybe it's not, no worries. Either way. Flex your foot and let your right leg travel down. Point your toes, let it travel up. So right leg travels down, right leg travels up. Good, right leg down and up, beautiful. 1 more, right leg down and up. Set the sole of the right foot to the mat. We'll go right for this left side. So you can stay in a bridge, or again, left leg will come into the air and we'll let that left leg travel toward the floor and back up. Left leg down and up. Good. Just 4 more and up. Here's 3 and up. Last 2 and up, and last 1 up. Set the sole of the left foot back to the mat. Press the hips up just a little bit higher. Hold 1 more breath. And then let's articulate through the spine back down to the ground. Good. And then hug the knees in. All right, you have that tennis ball close to you. We're going to take a little bit of time here with the tennis ball to find anywhere along the right side of the body that you would like to focus in on with this tennis ball. So maybe it's behind the shoulder, maybe it's under the glute or the lower part of the back or under the right foot, whatever you would like. Good, on this right side. And we'll take a little more than 1 minute, about 1.5 minutes, and I'll give you a cue for when we are about halfway through. Good, so you have about 45 more seconds on this side. So if there's anything you'd like to change, there's still time. All right. So let's switch sides. So anywhere along the left side of the body or however you want to approach this, but you have another minute and a half with this tennis ball to find any key pressure points you'd like to focus on. You have 45 more seconds. And now removing the tennis ball, putting it off to the side. Let's find a seated position so you can rock and roll yourself up. All right, a couple of options here. We're going to focus in on shoulders. So wherever you'd like to, you need your strap. However you'd like to set up the lower body. So if you want to have your sit back onto your heels to work a little more through the quads, feel free to do that. You could sit on a bolster, but we'll be here a bit. So find a comfortable position for yourself. All right, and then we've got some shoulder stretching. So we're going to let the hands go wide on the strap to start. So give yourself some space and then let the arms travel up and then just back to where you feel a stretch through the front of the shoulders. Holy moly, I haven't done this for a while. Whew. So we'll do this 2 times. This first time, maybe it's just a static hold. But of course, taking a break whenever you need to take a break. Good. Let's let the arms travel back along to the hips, and you can choose whether or not you go a little more narrow or stay where you are, but we're going to change it up this time. So we'll come all the way up and then decide here if you stay center, or you could bend one elbow and just notice what happens through that other side. Come back to center, go to the other side, bending one elbow in. Just finding any movement here, feel free to really explore, find what feels good. Good, and then release that. All right, we're going to work through the neck. So you can stay where you are from a seated position. We have a little more time here. Let's let the strap come over that right shoulder, and then you'll bring your left arm behind you to grab that strap. Actually, let me do it the other way. Right hand behind to over to that left hip, left hand to the left hip as well. And then we're trying to anchor this right shoulder down. So you'll drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Now we'll pause here for a bit. So if you'd like to let the chin drift toward that left shoulder, it might feel good through a little bit more through that levator muscle back there. Good, we'll stay here a couple more breaths. Good, let's gently release that. We'll do the same thing other side. So you'll bring that strap over to your left side. And then left hand to the front, right hand behind you. Again, that left shoulder, you are anchoring it down, and then you're tilting the head away from your shoulder. Again, you have an opportunity to explore. So maybe letting the chin gently drift toward the shoulder. Good. And then let's gently release that. Release your strap. Let's make our way to a child's pose. And we'll do a little mini flow from child's pose just to incorporate a little bit more, some back bending and a little bit more strengthening. So from your extended child's pose, make your way to a modified plank pose. We'll lower all the way down to the mat from there. And on your inhale, do a little mini cobra pose. Good. Lower all the way down. Push up to your modified plank pose. Push back to an extended child's pose. So we'll find the breath, letting it move with the movement. So on your inhale, find your modified plank pose. As you exhale, lower down. Inhaling up, little mini cobra. Exhaling to lower. Push back up to plank, modified plank. Push back to an extended child's pose. All right, y'all, you are on your own. If you'd like to practice that one more time, just let the breath move with your movement. Good. Now, once you land back in your extended child's pose, grab your blocks and place them in a way that you will have some room between the blocks for your head. Your elbows are going to go onto these blocks. The fingertips maybe connect to the back of the neck, or maybe prayer position behind your head or behind your shoulders. And then just let your arms relax. Trying to get a stretch through the shoulders from another perspective. All right, and then slowly make your way back up to, or make your way to a tabletop position. So we are actually going to step this, let's actually step both feet. Curl your toes under and step both feet in, and we will find a standing forward bend just for a couple of breaths. So letting that upper body relax, using your block for support if that feels like something that would be helpful to you. Give yourself time to stretch through the back of the legs. We actually are going to do a little bit more for the back of the legs very shortly here. Relax as much as you can through the head, the neck, the shoulders. All right, we'll make our way to a lunge with the right foot forward. So you might be in a position where you need to kind of step back, step forward and back. We're going to find that right leg in front, the left leg behind, and we'll drop this back knee to the mat. You can either find a diagonal and stay a little lower. You could find a diagonal, come up. You could find 90-degree shapes. But what I'd like you to really think about is the front of your left hip. What would be helpful for you to find a stretch through the front of that left hip? Does that mean sinking more into that diagonal? Does it mean lifting that back knee up off the mat? Does it mean doing a little bit? You could even draw some circles with this right knee if that back knee is up, just to find where it feels most connected to that left inner thigh or left hip flexor. Good. Now we are going to drop the back knee to the mat if it's not there already, and we'll do a shift back to find a hamstring stretch for this right leg. So maybe here you stay center. Maybe you bring both hands to the outside of that left leg. Keep pressing your right hip back. Find the length through the back of your hip, through the hamstring. Good, and then we'll find a twist from here. So crawl yourself back out so that that weight is more in the right foot, and let's send that right arm up into the air for a twist. Good, you could keep that back knee up off the mat. You could keep it to the mat, your choice. Hold one more breath here. Perfect. Y'all, we are going to switch sides. So however you'd like to do that. Maybe that right knee comes back. Maybe you step the left foot forward, whatever works best. All right, and then take time here. So again, the intent is to find some length through the front of this right hip. So take time to explore what position feels best here for you. Good, let's find our half splits from here. So we'll begin to shift our weight back. Staying center or both hands to the outside of that left leg. Keep a soft bend in the left knee. You can try and energize this leg, pushing the ball mount of the left foot forward. Good, let's shift the weight forward again. Maybe lifting that back knee up off the mat, maybe not, but let's find a twist. So your left arm will now go into the air. Good, and then release. You are this time going to step this right foot in. So maybe it's little steps to bring that right foot in. Maybe it's a big step. We'll return to that standing forward bend. And let's roll ourselves up one vertebra at a time. All right, we'll take just a little bit of time for balance today. So first of all, finding mountain pose, feet. We'll practice tree pose. So when you are ready, all of your weight will come to your right foot. And then decide here where that left foot lands. You choose. Once you have that position, really try to find that energy flowing from your foot into the leg and your leg into the foot. Your arms can be wherever you would like. Maybe you lift them up. Maybe they go wide. Perfect trees. Let's release. So nice, y'all. We're going to switch to the other side. So all of your weight to your left foot when you're ready. There is no rush to get there. Find that full connection of foot to mat. And then find your tree pose on this side when you're ready. Again, choosing your arms. You got it. Beautiful. So nice. Good, shake out whatever you might need to shake out there, and then we'll make our way to the wall. We are going to wrap up there, and then we'll get inner and outer thighs and do final relaxation against the wall. So once you have your mat in place, you can go right for it. Our legs will come up the wall. And we'll start with inner thigh. So once legs are up the wall, you have two options. You could let the legs go apart into a big V, or you could let the soles of the feet come together, sides of the feet to the wall, and then let the sides of the feet slide down to a level that feels real good to open through the inner thigh. And then finding the best position for your arms, relaxing your shoulders, softening through the face. Slowly bring your legs back up to center. Your left leg will stay extended. The right ankle above the left knee. We'll find our upside down figure 4. Maybe you stay in this position. Maybe you slide the sole of the left foot down the wall. Again, staying soft through the shoulders and the muscles of the face. Let's slowly switch sides. Slowly send both legs straight up. All right, y'all, you are on your own for a little bit here. So if you want more inner thigh opening, feel free to go there. If you needed more outer thigh on one side, if it was tighter, you feel free to go there. If you'd like to twist, you could walk your feet, on the wall to one side and then to the other. We incorporated one twist before we came to the wall, but if you want more, you have the opportunity to practice that here. If you are ready just to hang out and let the legs be straight up, feel free to go right there. We will, so again, you are on your own just for about a minute or so here, and then I will give you a cue for when we move into final relaxation officially. So if there's any movement you need, take time here for that. So now we will move into final relaxation. So you are welcome to stay with your legs up the wall. You do have the option here of moving to the mat, straight or onto your back. And let's just enjoy the silence. If there's any chatter in your head, try and give yourself these next few minutes of time just to be quiet. the next several rounds of breath. Reconnect with those natural pauses in the breath. Bring some gentle movement back to your body. And we're going to make this transition to seated slow. So let's first roll to a side and just pause for a couple of breaths. On your side, finding a comfortable position. Maybe you cradle your head with your arm. Maybe you'll send the arm straight, but find what feels good. Just stay right there for one more breath. And then take your time to find seated. Let's take one more big deep breath in together. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhaling your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste, my friends.